Today's lesson is on limiting reagents. So we're going to look at a few examples of what a limiting reagent is and then try and do a worked problem that you might be given in an exam. So in this example here, we can see that we've got a teacup and two tea bags, and we are going to use them to try and find out what a limiting reagent is. So let's take away one of these for the moment. And what we have here, if we were to write an equation for making a cup of tea, we'd have 1 cup and 1 tea bag, and that would allow us to create 1 cup of tea. But if I put the second tea bag in, now I have 1 cup and I have 2 tea bags. But I'm still only able to make 1 cup of tea. And take a minute to consider why that is. So I've got 1 cup and I've got 2 tea bags, but I can only make 1 cup of tea still. And that is because I've got an extra tea bag, but I'm out of cups. Our limiting reagent, what is limiting this reaction, is the amount of cups that I have. So we would call that the limiting reagent. It's limiting how much product I can make, how many cups of tea I can make. But I still have the extra tea bag. So let's look at another example. This example, I have got bread and cheese. I've got 2 pieces of bread, 1 slice of cheese, and that makes 1 sandwich. So to write a chemical equation for this, I've got 2 slices of bread and I've got 1 slice of cheese, and that allows me to make 1 sandwich. But in our second example, now I have 2 slices of bread and I have 2 slices of cheese, but I'm still only able to make 1 sandwich. So just like in the tea example, even though I've got more cheese, I can't make another sandwich. And let's consider why that is. So I use the first 2 pieces of bread and the first slice of cheese to make the sandwich I have, and I've got leftover cheese. So what's limiting how many sandwiches I can make, or what is our limiting reagent? That is the bread. I don't have enough bread to make an extra sandwich. The bread is the limiting reagent in this example. So let's consider this problem, okay, an actual problem that you could be asked. Consider the following reaction. We've got a chemical equation there for the reaction between aluminium and hydrogen bromide, which creates aluminium bromide and hydrogen gas. When 3.22 moles of aluminium react with 4.96 moles of HBr, how many moles of hydrogen is formed? And what is the limiting reagent? Now we can work this problem out by looking at our mole ratios. Okay, so we can pull them straight from our equation. And we're going to consider our aluminium first. So we've got our moles of aluminium to moles of hydrogen. And we pull this straight from the equation at the top. We've got 2 to 3. So we've got 2 moles of aluminium would react to form 3 moles of our hydrogen gas. In the problem, we're told that we don't have 2 moles of aluminium, we have 3.22 moles of aluminium that are going to react. Okay, so if we have 3.22 and we do the calculation right to fit the ratio, we are going to end up with 4.83 moles of hydrogen gas. Now, we're not sure at this point whether that is correct, because we don't know if it's the aluminium or the hydrogen bromide that's limiting this reaction. So we also need to look at the mole ratio of hydrogen bromide to the hydrogen gas as well. And we're going to do the same thing here. So we have 6 moles of hydrogen bromide from the equation again, and that creates 3 moles of hydrogen gas. From the problem, we have 4.96 moles of hydrogen bromide. And again, we do the calculations, so dividing or timesing, whatever is relevant for you, and we end up with 2.48 moles of hydrogen gas. That is less than what aluminium produced. So that means that our limiting reagent is the hydrogen bromide. It creates less of the hydrogen gas than what the aluminium would have. So the hydrogen bromide is their limiting reagent, and we end up with 2.48 moles of hydrogen in this case.